You know that person who opens 10 tabs at once and somehow feels excited and exhausted at the same time? One minute they're watching a video about starting a small business, the next minute it's photography, then coding, then maybe psychology, then, oh wait, interior design looks kind of cool too. And at the end of the night, they close the laptop and think, why can't I just pick one thing like everyone else? If that's you, stay with me for a second. Because what if the problem isn't that you have too many interests? What if the problem is that nobody ever taught you how a curious mind is supposed to build a career? We grow up hearing one simple story. Find your passion, stick to it, become successful. Clean, straight, simple. But some minds don't move in straight lines. They move in constellations. You're not jumping from interest to interest because you're confused. You're moving because your brain is wired to explore, to connect, to notice patterns across different worlds. And that can feel like a gift and a curse in the same body. Let me tell you about someone like that. Maybe it's you. They start a new job and they're amazing in the first few months. They ask questions, they learn fast, they bring fresh ideas. Everyone says, wow, you're so talented. Then something shifts. The routine settles in, the learning curve flattens, and suddenly they feel restless. Not lazy, not ungrateful, just empty, like their brain is pacing in a small room. So they start looking again. New skills, new dreams, new plans. And then the guilt shows up. Why can't I just be satisfied? Why do I always want something else? Am I broken? Have you ever asked yourself that? Be honest, drop it in the comments. I really want to know if this is your story too. Here's the quiet truth nobody says out loud. Some people are built to go deep into one narrow tunnel. Others are built to walk across many bridges. There's actually a word psychologists sometimes use, but I won't make it sound fancy. They call it being a scanner type. It just means your brain lights up when you learn new things and connect different ideas. You don't want one box, you want the whole shelf. But the world of careers, it loves boxes. Doctor, engineer, designer, manager. Pick one, stay there, grow there. So when you don't fit, you start thinking something's wrong with you, when really, you might just be playing the wrong game. Let me give you a small, real-life moment. It's Sunday evening. Your family is talking about work. Someone says, I've been at the same company for 12 years. Everyone nods with respect. And you smile, but inside your stomach tightens because your resume looks like a patchwork quilt. Different roles, different industries, different phases. And later that night, you're lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking, what am I even building? Or am I just drifting? That question hurts because you don't feel lazy. You actually work very hard. You just don't feel settled. Here's the part most people miss. For people with many interests, the career path is not a ladder. It's more like a river. It bends, it splits. Sometimes it looks like it's going nowhere, and then suddenly it feeds into something bigger. Your strategy isn't about choosing one passion and killing the rest. It's about finding a role or a path where your different interests can talk to each other. Maybe you love writing, psychology, and marketing. That's not three careers fighting each other. That's storytelling with human understanding and business sense. Maybe you love tech and art and teaching. That's not confusing. That's communication, design, and problem solving in one body. But nobody tells you that your job title doesn't have to explain your whole brain. And because of that, many multi-interest people grow up feeling secretly behind, like everyone else got the map, and you're just wandering with a compass that spins. And here's the contradiction. You're brave enough to start new things, but sensitive enough to feel like you're failing when you leave them. You're independent, but tired of always rebuilding. You're excited by possibilities, but anxious about stability. You love freedom, but sometimes you just want to feel safe. That mix is heavy, and most people never see that part of you. They see the energy, they see creativity, they don't see the quiet fear that whispers, what if I never become anything? If that thought has ever kept you awake at night, you're not alone. Tell me in the comments, what age are you and where are you watching from?
I want to know who's sitting on the other side of this screen feeling this with me. Here's where the shift begins. People with many interests don't need to chase passion. They need to build a container, something stable enough to pay the bills and calm the nervous system, but flexible enough to let curiosity breathe. Instead of asking, what is the one thing I should do forever, try asking, what kind of problems do I like solving again and again? Do you like helping people understand things? Do you like creating systems? Do you like making things look better, feel better, work better? Those are threads, and threads can weave very different fabrics over time. You don't need one identity, you need a direction, and directions can hold many stops. Also, here's something nobody says but everyone feels. Sometimes you change paths not because you're bored, but because you finally outgrew the version of yourself that needed that phase. That job taught you discipline. That hobby taught you confidence. That side project taught you courage. Nothing was wasted. Even the things you quit were building you. But emotionally, it still hurts because you look at your life and think, why can't I just arrive somewhere? And this is the quiet grief of curious people. Always becoming, never fully done. Always learning, never fully certain. It can feel lonely, especially when your friends are settling down into neat chapters and your story still feels like loose pages. But here's the other side of that pain. Because you've walked through different worlds, you see people more clearly. You adapt faster. You understand change. You carry skills that don't show up in job titles. Listening, translating, connecting dots. That depth comes from moving, not staying. So what's the career strategy really? It's not to force yourself into one narrow dream. It's to design a life where learning is part of the job, not an escape from it. It's choosing environments that grow, not cages that shrink. It's letting your interests rotate, but your values stay steady. And slowly, without you even noticing, your random experiences start forming a shape, a voice, a perspective that only you could have built. One day, you look back and realize you weren't lost, you were gathering. So right now, if you feel scattered, behind, unsure, I want you to hear this gently. You are not late, you are layered. You are not inconsistent, you are complex. And complexity doesn't bloom fast, it blooms deep. Maybe you're not meant to be a straight road. Maybe you're meant to be a lighthouse built from many storms, standing where paths meet, lighting the way not because you stayed still, but because you survived the waves. If this video felt like it was talking to you, not at you, stay with me here. Subscribe and let's keep having these late-night conversations about the parts of life nobody explains. And before you go, tell me, do you struggle more with choosing or with staying once you choose? And what's one interest you've never let yourself take seriously? Write it down. Someone reading your comment might feel less alone tonight. And if you want more stories about the quiet psychology behind everyday struggles, you know where to find me. I'll be right here, waiting by the light.